Good morning.
I was going to say something first, but...
What were you going to say?
So true.
Oh, I don't say that.
What? Ready?
Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
American idiot in the house. What?
My goodness.
My goodness.
You're so hurtful. How's everybody doing on this Friday
doing? Come on.
morning? Oh my goodness,
Come
you guys.
on.
It's Friday.
Come
it's
on.
Friday.
Beautiful day.
Technically, it's my Saturday. I'm off today. Today and tomorrow. My Monday's on Sunday. I know, it's confusing.
Well,
but...
no, it's not confusing at all.
Cheers, everybody. Starting off right.
Cheers,
My happy
everybody.
hour drink. Mojito. Right?
Very fresh.
So refreshing.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
my
going to
goodness.
say fresh. Can you scooch a wee bit?
Sure.
Just a little bit? Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's too much.
So I could just do this? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good.
You wearing shorts this morning?
I'm wearing shorts all day, baby.
It's supposed to be 14 today, so
Well,
rightfully
I'm
so.
not. I work from home today, so I'm good.
I know, but at the same time, it's plus 14. It's plus 14, you guys.
Yes.
It's like, it's November 20th. It's plus 14.
It's a head scratcher.
Yes, yeah. How's your challenge doing? Friday. What is it with Friday and reconnecting?
Jesus.
That is bizarre, isn't it?
We froze for a bit there. I
Yeah,
think.
we did freeze. I hope we're still on.
Watch, just freeze.
Yes, we're still on.
We're still on. We're
Okay.
still on. Come on.
Okay, all you two people. Today is about engaging. I want
Engage.
you guys to ask us anything. We're
Ask
open,
us anything.
open books. Let us know
Come
if
on.
you have any questions.
We're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah. Ask us anything about health coaching, about life coaching, about us personally. Anything that you have, I don't know, anything that you...
Any questions you
any
have.
questions. I can answer you anything about, like, if you want to further your
Well,
health.
we will do our best.
Yeah.
We will do our
Yeah,
best.
exactly.
And together we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
If I may do
We
something
will
real
bullshit
quick,
our way out of
I'm
this.
gonna take this off.
Oh my
because
goodness.
It's too hot.
Wow, okay. So is it that type of show today?
I took a nice shower this morning. I have a stiff neck and I let the hot water just blast on my neck while I was
Yeah.
stretching it. So now I'm hot.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
warm.
Right
I should
on.
say I'm very warm.
Okay.
I'm starting to glow.
Okay. So ask me anything while we're waiting for our people to ask us anything.
I would like to know, what was your best moment in college?
My best moment in college. Okay, I know it's gonna sound cheesy.
Don't say when you met me. Come on.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I really enjoyed the fact.
Oh, boy.
No, listen.
All right.
No, I'm gonna explain. I knew you liked me, and I was kind of playing hard to get. And then I knew you would work at the gym, so I would purposely go to the gym even on my off days, and just to see you and for you to check me out. I know. It's like.
Well, I was.
And then the day that you asked to drive me home
In my broken down, beat up car.
in your Betsy, and then you said, or did I say I'm hungry?
You said you're hungry.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we can go to Subway.
Yeah, let's go to Subway.
I didn't have any money.
No,
Zero. I was running on fumes, literally. So I said, she's like, well, go ahead, you tell the story. Come on.
So I said, is it okay if we stop at Subway before? It's just like a couple blocks down my house. And he's like, yeah, no worries. And then we went there and started chatting. I said, do you want anything? He's like, no, I just ate. I'm full. He's like, he was starving, by the way.
Yeah.
And then I bought my Subway, my sub.
Starving for love.
Yeah. Oh my God. Who's cheesy now?
Come on, that's me. It's me, guys. It's me.
And then we just talked, and then you came over and we talked, and then you went home, and then we talked for 4 hours on the phone. It was like, that was one of the best days.
That was a very fantastic day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You? I have to ask you.
Well, I can't one up that.
Come on.
In college, the best moment in college?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you the best moment in college. When I knew I loved you. It was the first day I saw you. It was weird. Yeah. I saw you come down the stairs and you were wearing your little green kilt.
Okay.
Remember that kilt?
Yeah, yeah.
And you had your black t-shirt, super tight.
Yeah.
And you were, so we were in college in Sudbury, Ontario, just to give you guys context. Boreal. And there's like a staircase that's kind of exposed, so you can see people coming down and whatnot. And there's like a landing area on the second floor where there's like a lounging area with couches and whatnot. I don't know if they've changed that, but it was like that before. Mm-hmm. And I saw her come down, and she was really happy and smiling and jumping up and down. and bouncing all in the right places. And I was like, I will make her mine. Oh yes. I will make her mine.
Oh my God.
You had the best smile I'd ever seen in my life.
I've heard that
like,
once or twice. I've heard that once.
I want to dive into the smile.
Wow.
So I knew that I was in love with you.
Wow.
It was weird.
No, it's great.
It's a great moment.
My turn to ask you.
18 years later.
My turn to ask you.
You just did.
Well, I just kind of...
You guys ask us something.
Ask us something, but we're going to keep
about
asking
health.
each other.
Yeah, okay, you asked me something.
Yeah, because I just kind of put back
We're
the
going to keep
question
going.
on you.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just going to wait and sit.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Sit and wait.
Come on, guys, ask us something.
Come on, there's just like 10 minutes left. Ask us anything. Anyway, so I want to know a moment where you were, that's it, no more, I've had enough, time to change. That significant moment where you want to just make a huge shift in your life and you never look back.
It was the okay, well, there are many of these moments, but when we had first moved to Ottawa and things were kind of rough with us, and my parents were, my mom sent us a text which was kind of like guilting us into contacting them.
It was so funny, we were on our way to our therapy session.
Yeah, she was like guilting us into trying to connect.
Right.
And in that moment I said, remember we said we're just going to disconnect with these people because who the hell are they to impose when and where we should contact them. And that did lift a big weight off my shoulders. Because I was always torn between my family, you and our daughter, pleasing you guys and then pleasing them.
No room left for you.
There was no room left for me, but it was also impeding, or I should say hindering, my abilities to please and be a provider. Right. For you guys.
And I think that's the moment when you were like getting back in touch with yourself because you were able to.
Yeah.
We have a question. Oh, I'm so excited. I really have to get forward. My eyes here.
How do we go about getting a teenager to change his eating habits to gain weight? I'm going to answer that with a question. Why do you think he needs to gain weight? Is he unhealthy? Like, we have to think about, some people's metabolisms are so fast that they won't gain weight until they're like 30. That happens. Like me, for example, my metabolism, I go to the washroom on average, I would say at least 3 times a day. For real, 3 times a day. One here in the morning, one at school, and then often either one other time at school or after school. And
I'm going to answer.
Well, let me see what she says.
In a health coaching way.
How do we get to go? Always cold. Well, yeah, okay, well. Can I just finish my thought and then you can go?
Yes, of course.
So ask yourself, if he's unhealthy, then that's one thing. But if he's just skinny, but still active and not tired and fully functional, then I wouldn't say that there was a problem necessarily. But if you find that he's tired, he's sick, he's not doing well, he's not eating, and he's cold, obviously it doesn't have enough fat on him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
You can go ahead and segue into that.
Yeah, I think especially being a teenager, where everything is developing, growing, you want to add healthy fats. Yeah. And especially avocados,
fish.
And I'm going to tell you, not to push my website on you, but there's an amazing raw-licious pie in there that's super easy to make and delicious as hell. Naomi loves it.
It's like key lime pie.
Actually, if you're coming over tonight, I'm actually making that so you can taste it. And it's freaking amazing, full of nuts, full of avocado.
It's like,
it tastes just like a
restaurant quality. You make such like stuff that should be sold in stores.
I know.
Desserts specifically, it's like,
true.
Whoa.
But things like that, like you kind of like sneak in the omega-3 fats, the healthy fats in either desserts or dips or things like that. Like I'm also like a great one is the warm nacho cheese dip with the cashews and all those things, and that will help increase his metabolism and feed his brain with healthy fats, grow, develop in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And
It could also be a psychological thing. Why is he not eating? Is it really because he's not hungry?
Great to have maybe an honest conversation with him.
Maybe some therapy as well might help. You know,
it depends where
depends what your circumstances look like. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it a healthy family dynamic?
Welcome,
is it toxic there? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff on the wall here.
Yeah.
But maybe there's an underlying issue why he doesn't want to eat all that much.
Yeah, and so
it could be psychological, it could be emotional, attached, it could be something like that. You know, kids are very fragile, and they're going to show. They're not necessarily always going to be honest with what is eating them. Mm-hmm. They will show it up. They will show you in different ways. Mm-hmm. They will act out, or they will maybe not eat very well, or not eat at all, or sleep in all the time, or bury themselves in video games, or bury themselves in homework.
Right.
They all have. They're very interesting creatures, and we've all been teenagers at one point, and it's not as clear cut as you would think, you know. Yeah. So there's a lot of things there. There's a lot of things that I would look at
in a teenager, because a lot of the times they'll either feel shame or guilt. There's underlying issues of how they really feel.
Yeah. And they don't want to share it.
That would be more of the life coaching side of things.
Yeah.
But in the health coaching way, is really about sneaking in those healthy foods in yummy, delicious
so
recipes.
If you make the pie and he likes it, let him eat the whole thing. There's like 3 avocados in there and full of good stuff. It's like, eat it all, buddy.
Coconut oil.
Nuts, and my God, it's so good.
Yeah, which has lauric acid, which is great for a metabolism booster. Yeah. I mean, this has lemon juice that has like antioxidants. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Ooh, another question. I love this. I know I have to go forward.
We love you too, Julie. Any other questions? I missed. Did we miss any other questions? Can we just scroll this down, or?
No, that's it. So people gain weight also because they skip meals and store fat. Not only because of food they eat. Yeah, and the thing with that is that it does slow down your metabolism. That's why it's always important to eat a breakfast to jumpstart your metabolism. And you also, the sugars, the energy, in whatever way, shape, or form you're eating it, turns into fat, turns into adipose in your cells. So you want to, typically, that's one of the reasons why it's important to do exercise, because then those sugars, those carbohydrates don't turn into fat. So there's obviously a lot of reasons for that, for why people gain weight, but definitely one of the reasons why, because if you don't eat, skip a meal, then your body's like, well, I guess we need to store all the energy.
That's right.
That we need to survive. So if you don't skip a meal, typically 3 meals a day, then your body's like, fine, let's get that metabolism going.
And it's also, and keep going. I want you to finish your thought there.
Yeah, that's good.
I also want to mention that it's important to understand that everybody's different, bio-individuality.
Yeah, I'm talking about generically.
Some people do really well with 1 meal a day. Some people graze all day. They eat like 8 little meals. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll grab an apple here, and then like maybe an hour later, it's like a banana or a little sandwich, and they keep grazing nuts. And so it all depends on who you are as a person and what your lifestyle is like.
Yeah.
But definitely, if you don't burn the excess energy you have, it's going to get stored. And specifically, when you are skipping a meal, that's so true. You're sending a message to your body saying, "Hope, we're in a lack of food, so store the energy, store it in fat in the cells, because your body will burn the fat later on if you can get your body into that mode."
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And also stress will slow down your metabolism.
Yeah.
For the same reason that the cortisol in your system gets produced, and it also slows down your metabolism because it thinks that your body is in famine, in starvation.
Yeah.
So it wants to preserve any extra energy in case it needs it, because in case there's a real danger out there, because the body doesn't know if there's like a real bear chasing you, or if they're
or if you're going through a drought or anything.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So some people, when they stop eating or skip a meal, they'll gain weight. others, like myself, when I intermittent fast, like when I don't eat from, let's just say 6 o'clock till about 6:30 or 7 the next morning, why do I stay lean?
Well, I think gene has a lot to do with it.
Genes? Is it also because I have my body trained into that way?
Well, I think
what do you call that? Ketosis?
No. I think it takes a while.
Takes a while?
Ketosis. I think your body, the way you're doing it is actually a really great way because you've trained your body to be able to digest the foods properly because you're giving it time to digest the food. Because think about it, if you keep like just kind of jabbing down like food down the pipe, and it doesn't have a chance to like get out of the pipe, then it's obviously gonna expand. But
right, and also
you're giving it time to digest is
well, one of the reasons I do the intermittent fasting is just to give my whole system a break.
Yeah, well, that's
like
exactly
just
it.
break.
Yeah, exactly.
From digesting and stuff like that, and processing, and then breaking down foods. It costs energy, and you also have to think of yourself like a car, in a way. You've got moving parts in there, parts that are moving, and it's like wear and tear. The more you use them, the more they get used up, right?
Yeah.
And specifically, if you're not eating healthier foods, your body's getting used up a little bit more, right? So be mindful of that.
Yeah, exactly. If you're skipping a meal, but then the rest of the other meals are not so healthy,
That's right.
then those are prone to slow down your metabolism because there are a lot of foods that do kickstart your metabolism.
Yeah.
And coconut oil is one of them. And then, so if you're eating junky foods on the other meals, then of course that will be stored into carbohydrates and then stored into fats, and then that's going to stay either in your midsection or your thighs, especially for women. So yeah.
So Mena was saying that she, when she is going to a wedding, when I have a wedding, I assume you mean when you're going to a wedding, you don't eat for 24 hours to like lose or to slim out to look good in that dress. That's just a whole day of fasting. I mean, I wouldn't suggest that too often, but I mean, once in a while. Here's the thing. We live in a world where you're kind of born and raised to thinking 3 meals a day, 3 meals a day, 3 meals a day. But sometimes what's going to happen if you don't eat one day? Nothing. You're going to feel hungry.
And like you said, I mean, I think bio-individuality.
Exactly.
I mean, things work different in different, like everybody works differently, and it's just a matter of checking in with your body, knowing what works for you, what doesn't work for you. I mean, a lot of people, they skip a meal and yes, they feel like their metabolism is slowing down and they're gaining weight. Other people, it works for them to skip a meal and to let the body take a break and digest food properly.
For me, that's why another reasons why I don't eat from typically after supper till the next morning.
Right.
It's because I don't want to go to the bathroom anymore. Spend a lot of time there.
Yeah, exactly. What did that?
So she's saying, "Oh, I'm eating a cookie for breakfast."
Yikes!
What kind of cookie?
What kind of cookie? You cookie monster. No, that's the thing, and that's why I feel like first thing in the morning when you start with a smoothie, you have all the vitamins and nutrients and kickstarting your metabolism the right way, and setting your palate for healthy foods, to eat healthy foods that day. And then if you do that with enough days, you start to notice the way you feel, how healthy you feel, and trimming down, and So
definitely in the first thing in the morning, have a glass of water.
Yeah.
About 8 ounces.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like people carry around these big
itself.
water jugs, and they're like, I got to drink 8 of those a day. Yeah. No, it's just like a splash.
Add in a few limes in there or lemons, and that will really help.
Down a 6 ounce, 7 ounce, still better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then your body gets started. It's like a priming button. It starts your engine.
Yeah.
And then you can have a smoothie, and then readjust. Get some good fats in you, I would say.
Oh yeah, healthy fats and that's the thing. Like in the 70s, fats were like a big no. It's like, but then when they took out fat, like skim milk or low fat or non-fat, they have to put something else to replace it that tastes yummy. So they replace it with.
Did you make them yourself?
I actually have a recipe on there. It's Naomi's cookies, that's ginger cookies. Anyway, then they replace it with sugar, but then sugar gets stored into as fat. So
there's a big misconception, and maybe I'm wrong here, but when you eat good fats, your body doesn't store them as fats. Is that true?
No, because then they serve its purpose. They serve its purpose.
So think of all inside here. Remember I told you guys about thinking of your body like a car. A car needs to be well oiled. So avocados, nuts, even animal fats, I guess to a certain degree, help oil all the system in here.
Yeah.
When you deplete yourself from all the fats, you're drying
your heart is fat, your brain is fat.
Exactly, it's all fat in there. So it needs fat. And I'm gonna say something right now. The idea of the idea of thinking that you need to have a 6-pack to be healthy is preposterous. Like, fortunately for me, I've been working out for long enough and I'm lean enough that I have some of that left over, right? Maybe I'm not like a 19-year-old, but it doesn't necessarily mean that a person that has a 6-pack is healthy. So you guys need to take that concept out of your mind. You can be a bit husky and still be really healthy.
It's really not how you feel.
It's how you feel.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say if you're obese, let's not celebrate obesity. I'm not that kind of person that will celebrate people that are overweight. And you be you. I mean, I understand that. Be you, but understand that statistically speaking,
a symptom or a sign.
When you are morbidly obese, you're not going to be healthy for very long. I mean, it's going to decline. It's
because it's a sign that.
That's right.
There's some truth to what you're saying. I think the fact that when you're in a great shape, it doesn't have to be like full-blown 6-pack and like super slimmed down and everything. But if you're in an ideal weight, then yes, you'll feel more healthy. But if you are obese, then it is a sign that something is off balance in your system, and that stems for diseases taking place. Diabetes, heart conditions, definitely low energy, feeling tired, fibromyalgia, all of the autoimmune diseases, and
all the joints and everything with all the extra weight.
Well, all of the autoimmune diseases kind of like take place because chances are, if you have leaky gut, if you are overweight, then you have leaky gut. 100%. Then all of the bad proteins, the pathogens, everything that kind of seeps through into your system, then your immune system is trying to like attack that because it knows it's not supposed to be there because it's foreign. Yeah. But because we've been attacking the gut so much with the foods that we've been eating, the junk food, the wheat, the sugar, the dairy, it keeps causing lesions in our gut, and it causes like bigger holes, and all the pathogens and the fungus and candida, it kind of seeps through the gut wall and it goes into our system, and it causes autoimmune diseases like fibromyalgia, arthritis, Crohn's, all those things. So
I have the bad belly fat, the one under the muscle. So
the visceral fat?
Is it hard or is it soft?
Visceral fats is the fat in between your organs, which is more the dangerous kind, but if it's the soft one,
if you poke your belly in soft,
that's just the excess carbohydrates that turn into fat that goes into your cells. So basically you want to just heal yourself on a cellular level, create a nice, great environment, alkalining environment for your system to thrive.
Little changes.
Little changes.
Little changes.
I'm really about crowding out with healthier options. I don't believe in diets, any diets. I mean, we've been vegan for a few years.
We did it all, almost.
But I'm happy that we were vegans for a few years because that taught us to really eat more color foods and step away from the brown dead foods and go more towards the colorful live foods. Right?
Yeah, I would like to add to that. What veganism taught me specifically was to lay off the processed foods.
Hard, yeah.
All the high sodium foods, the processed foods, the McCain pizzas, the fish sticks, the fried, stay away from that as much as possible. Yeah, I mean that's what veganism taught me.
Right. Oh no, it taught me so much actually. Yeah. And obviously my health coaching course taught me a lot.
100%.
Yeah. But I mean,
so she said she has the hard fat.
Yeah. So that would be the visceral fat, which is more of the dangerous kind of fat. So, but either way, it's all on a cellular level. So definitely. You want to create I mean, if you want to DM me and ask me any questions to help you out in any.
Oh my God.
What?
Who wants a tag team coaching? No, we're not vegan anymore.
No, we're not vegans anymore.
We could talk to you about that later, Julie.
Yeah, definitely.
No, we were vegan for about 4 years, I would say.
Yeah.
And at first it was like, whoa, so many benefits. Wow, it's working so well. And then after I was weighing 145 pounds, all ripped and lean and shitting 6 times a day, and I was like,
I think it serves its purpose short term, meaning like a couple years, to clean everything out, to alkaline your state. And
now, I should also mention that, sorry to cut you off, I know you hate that, but I want to finish my thought. Should also mention that now we are, I would say, more plant-based. So that doesn't mean that we have meat every day.
No, that's
sometimes we won't have meat for 1 or 2 days, and then we'll have a burger that we make at home.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, meat should be served as condiment. And
condiment.
I love that.
That's right. It's supposed to be a side.
It's to be a side, and so on your plate you should have more greens, more colorful foods, and a little bit of the brown foods. And it's called like it's served as a condiment. I love saying that because it's awesome.
Well, it's like condiment.
Condiment.
Anyways,
get it? No.
Also, I would say that if you're gonna have red meat or any meat, it's got to be grass fed.
Yes, because if it's not grass fed,
it's
then
full of antibiotics
and hormones. But not only that, it's because they're fed grains, so they become. Grains. No, I know they don't eat grains naturally.
I'm adding to your. Keep going.
Okay, when they're fed grains or corn or soy, then they get sick because that's not what they naturally eat.
That's right.
So their omega-9 elevates, and there's less of the omega-3 fats that we thrive on.
That's right.
And then they're forced to give them antibiotics, and it depends on how they're raised too. If they're raised in like little stalls and fear, and like you're actually eating that fear and that anxiety in the animal. Anyway, on an energy level, that's how it goes. But so definitely being more mindful when you're eating meat. And it's
you don't have to have so much of it.
No, you don't have like palm, no bigger than your palm, and also how it's raised. Like
how it's raised is important.
It's very important how it's raised and what it's fed.
Try to buy local if you can.
Oh, if you can.
If you can.
Actually, Chevrolet Farm has great local meats.
And I think in Sturgeon, I think Gatto Farms as well.
Gatto Farms, yes.
He's a friend of mine. I think he also has grass fed, if I'm not mistaken. You'd have to ask him personally.
I think so too.
Yeah. So definitely grass-fed, definitely in moderation, right? Mm-hmm. And there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, well, apparently, it's kind of funny. There's a statistic, I forget exactly what it is, but apparently a third of the world's pollution is due to cow farts and burps. Mm-hmm. And the reason they burp and they fart like that is because they're fed grains, corn, and stuff like that. They're not supposed to eat that, so they burp, and they always have indigestion. That's why they're pumped full of antibiotics and hormones and whatever else.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I mean, Lynn, if you want to maybe send me a private message, we can talk even further, and I'd love to help you out. If there's any other questions, now is the time.
One more question, and then we're bouncing.
And we're bouncing for the weekend.
We've gone a bit further than we normally do, but this has been a good...
I like this. This is fun. I love to answer questions. I just love...
Oh, so you know Gatto Farms? Yeah. It's a friend of mine.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Gatto, yeah. And Sylvie, too, is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, one more question?
We're going to give you 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you doing boxing?
I don't know. I love this.
Okay, as always,
we love you. We're thinking about you. Have yourselves a great weekend. Give thanks to your meals.
Shower,
we'll talk to you guys Monday morning at 7:15.
Do a good thing for somebody.
Bye,
Don't be a
guys.
douchebag. Love you. Bye-bye.